Okay, so imagine this. Um, what if there was a way to give your employees an extra $1,000 a year?
$1,000.
Yeah, like $1,000 a year,
Wow.
while also saving your company an average of $900 per employee every single year.
Per employee.
Yeah. And all of this by using money your company is already paying.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
It sounds too good to be true, right?
Yeah, it does.
But that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today.
Okay.
A Section 125 program.
Ah, Section 125.
But it's not your typical cafeteria plan.
Right. This is different. It's about kind of like redirecting a portion of your FICA tax liability
Oh,
to fund preventative health and wellness benefits.
I like it. And I'd be clear, this doesn't affect their current group health plan in any way.
No, not at all. It works alongside your existing benefits.
Perfect. So this is like a win-win for everybody.
Exactly. Employees potentially get an extra $1,000 per year.
Yeah.
Employers save an average of $900 annually per enrolled employee.
And it's all thanks to these FICA savings.
Right. And because we're focusing on preventative health,
Yeah.
it can lead to fewer sick days, lower insurance premiums, and you know what else?
What?
Increased productivity.
I like it. So where do we begin?
Well, let's start with the core elements of this program, the things that really set it apart. You
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's hear it.
Okay, first up, we have 24/7 telemedicine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, think about it. Board-certified doctors available anytime, day or night,
Okay.
for the whole family. No copays, no deductibles.
That is amazing.
Right.
That could be so helpful for so many families.
Absolutely. It removes so many barriers to care.
Yeah.
And then we have personalized health coaching.
Okay.
So each employee gets a dedicated registered nurse coach
Wow.
to help them set goals, build healthy habits, and stay motivated.
So it's not just like, here's some information, good luck.
No. This is about providing ongoing support and accountability.
I like it.
And finally, this program takes a holistic approach to wellness.
Okay.
It goes beyond just physical health. We're talking about mindfulness, stress reduction, even financial wellness guidance.
Wow. So it's really like recognizing that well-being is multifaceted.
Exactly. It's all connected. You can't have true well-being if you're constantly stressed about money, for example.
That's so true.
Right.
Okay, so we've heard about these core elements.
Yeah.
But what makes them so impactful? I mean, why is this combination so effective?
Let's break it down. The 24/7 telemedicine,
Yeah.
it's all about convenience and early intervention.
Okay.
When employees can easily connect with the doctor, they're more likely to address those little health concerns
Right.
before they become big problems requiring, time off work.
That makes sense.
And the personalized coaching.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that making lasting lifestyle changes is hard,
It is.
right? But having that dedicated support and accountability can make all the difference.
It's like having a cheerleader in your corner.
Exactly. Someone to help you stay on track and celebrate those small wins.
I like it.
And the holistic approach. Well, it just acknowledges that our well-being is influenced by so many factors,
Yeah.
not just our physical health. By addressing these different dimensions, we can create a more well-rounded and effective program.
It's like looking at the whole picture.
Exactly. The whole person.
Now, I know we've been talking a lot about the employee benefits,
Right.
which are fantastic.
Mm.
But let's talk about the company side of things for a minute.
Sure.
How does redirecting these FICA funds actually translate into savings for the employer?
Oh, there are a few key ways. First, when employees are healthier, they take fewer sick days.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Less disruption, more productivity. It directly impacts the bottom line.
So it's not just about saving money on healthcare costs directly.
Right. It's about the ripple effect of having a healthier workforce.
Okay, I like it.
Then there's the potential for lower insurance premiums.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When you have a healthier workforce,
Okay,
insurance companies see you as less of a risk,
that makes sense.
which can lead to more favorable rates.
So you're saving money in multiple ways.
Exactly. And let's not forget about the boost in productivity.
Yeah.
When employees feel their well-being is supported, they're more likely to be engaged,
What?
motivated, and productive at work.
So it's a win-win-win.
Exactly. It's a win for the employees, a win for the company, and a win for the overall well-being of the organization.
Okay, so we've established that this program has the potential to be amazing for everyone involved.
He really does.
But let's get into the nitty-gritty of how this actually works.
Okay.
You mentioned using a portion of FICA contributions.
Yes.
Can you walk us through that?
Absolutely. So every paycheck, your company withholds a portion of your employees' wages for FICA taxes, right?
To fund Social Security and Medicare.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what many people don't realize is that a portion of these contributions
Oh.
can be legally redirected towards specific benefits, like preventative health care under Section 125.
So instead of that money just going into the general FICA pool,
Right.
it can be used to fund these programs that directly benefit both the employee and the employer.
Exactly. It's a smart way to leverage existing funds.
Yeah, I'm guessing, though, there are some rules around how much can be redirected and what it can be used for.
Of course. There are regulations, and that's where working with a specialized provider becomes essential. They help ensure your company stays compliant and maximizes the benefits.
So this isn't something companies should try to DIY.
I wouldn't recommend it. The regulations around Section 125 can be complex,
Yeah,
and it's easy to make mistakes if you don't have a deep understanding of the rules.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So let's say a company is interested in exploring this. What are the first steps they should take?
Well, the first step is simple.
Okay.
Reach out to a provider who specializes in this type of Section 125 program.
Okay.
They'll guide you through the entire process, from assessing your company's needs and eligibility,
Okay.
designing a program tailored to your workforce.
So finding the right provider is key.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
crucial.
But what should companies look for when evaluating potential providers? What are some red flags or green flags they should be aware of?
That's a great question. First and foremost, look for a provider with a proven track record of success.
Okay.
Ask for case studies, testimonials, data that demonstrates their expertise.
So don't just take their word for it.
Right. Ask for proof.
I like it.
What else? Look for a provider who prioritizes transparency and open communication.
Okay.
They should be upfront about their fees, the implementation process,
Yeah.
and any potential challenges you might face. Avoid providers who are vague or evasive.
That's good advice for any business partnership, really.
It is.
Yeah.
Clear communication is key.
Absolutely.
Anything else?
Yeah. You want a provider who understands your specific industry
Okay.
and the unique needs of your workforce. A one-size-fits-all approach rarely works.
So they should be able to tailor the program to your company culture and the demographics of your employees.
Exactly. A good provider will take the time to get to know your company
Okay.
and design a program that aligns with your values and goals.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Now let's shift gears and talk about implementation.
Okay.
Once a company has chosen a provider,
Yeah.
what can they expect in terms of the rollout process? How disruptive is it to the existing workflow?
Well, the good news is that the providers I've worked with strive to make implementation as smooth as possible.
Okay, good.
They'll work closely with your HR team to integrate the program with your current payroll and benefits systems.
So it's not like they come in and tear everything down and start from scratch?
No, not at all. It's about building upon your existing infrastructure and enhancing it with this new approach.
That's good to know. Now, I'm sure some companies might be concerned about the potential administrative burden of managing this program.
Yeah.
Is it a lot of extra work for HR?
Not necessarily. The providers typically offer comprehensive administrative support.
Okay,
They handle things like enrollment communication with employees
okay.
and ongoing program management.
So it's more like they're an extension of your HR team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think of them as a trusted partner who can help you navigate the complexities of the program and ensure its success.
That's reassuring.
Okay.
Let's talk about employee buy-in for a moment.
You can have the best program in the world, but if your employees don't understand it
Right.
or don't use it, it's not going to be very effective.
Absolutely.
How can companies ensure that their employees are on board with this new approach?
Well, you've hit on a critical point. Communication is key.
Okay.
It's not enough to just announce the program.
Right?
You need to actively engage your employees and explain the benefits in a way that resonates with them.
So no more boring HR memos
No.
or lengthy PowerPoint presentations.
We need to get creative. Make it fun.
I like it.
Think interactive workshops,
Okay.
engaging videos, maybe even testimonials from other employees who are already experiencing the benefits.
I love that. Make it personal.
Exactly.
Make it relevant to their lives and show them how this program can help them achieve their own goals.
It's about framing it as an investment in their well-being,
Right.
not just another corporate initiative.
And don't underestimate the power of choice.
Oh, that's a good point.
Allowing employees to customize their benefits package within the program can help them feel more engaged
Yes,
and in control of their own well-being.
absolutely. And remember, change takes time.
Yeah.
Don't expect everyone to jump on board right away.
Right.
Be patient, persistent, and continue to communicate the value of the program.
So it's about creating a culture of well-being
Exactly.
where employees feel supported and empowered to make healthy choices.
Precisely. We've covered a lot of ground in this first part. From the technical aspects of FICA redirection to the importance of finding the right provider
Right.
and engaging your employees.
It's been a lot, but it's all really important information.
It is. And I'm sure there are still some lingering questions,
Yeah, probably.
especially when it comes to the potential challenges of implementing this program.
Right. Because, let's be real, there are always challenges when implementing something new.
Always.
But the good news is that most of these challenges can be overcome with careful planning and open communication.
Exactly. We'll dive into those potential challenges and explore some strategies for navigating them successfully in part 2.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. All right, so let's talk about some of those challenges companies might face.
Yeah, let's get into it.
I think one of the biggest ones is resistance to change.
Oh, yeah, for sure. People get comfortable with the way things are.
Exactly. And any change, especially when it involves their finances and healthcare,
Yeah,
it can make people nervous.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So how do you overcome that?
Communication is key.
Okay.
You got to explain the program, clearly address any concerns, and really emphasize those potential benefits.
So it's about being transparent and building trust with your employees.
Exactly. You want them to see that this program is designed to help them.
Right. It's in their best interest.
And don't just tell them, show them.
Okay, how do you do that?
Share testimonials from employees who are already benefiting.
Oh, good idea.
Highlight success stories from other companies.
Okay.
Provide concrete examples of how this program can actually improve their lives.
Make it real for them.
Exactly.
Okay, so resistance to change is one hurdle. What else?
Data privacy and security is another big one.
Yeah, especially these days.
Yeah.
With all the sensitive health information involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when you're choosing a provider,
Yeah.
make sure they have those robust security measures in place.
Like what?
High PA compliance encryption protocols. You know, the whole 9 yards.
Okay. So do your research.
Absolutely. Don't just assume that every provider has top-notch security.
Right. Ask the tough questions. Make sure you're comfortable.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about something a bit more nuanced.
Okay.
There's been a lot of talk lately about potential bias in algorithms and AI systems.
Yeah.
Is there a risk that this program could accidentally make existing health disparities worse?
It's a really important question. And honestly, any system that uses data to make decisions
Okay.
has the potential for bias,
Yeah.
whether intentional or not. So it's crucial to work with providers who are aware of these issues
Okay.
and who are taking steps to mitigate bias in their algorithms.
So it's not just about setting it and forgetting it
No, you need ongoing monitoring and evaluation.
to make sure it's fair for everyone.
Exactly. And this is where feedback from employees is so important.
Oh, okay.
You need to create channels for them to voice concerns, report issues, and suggest improvements.
So it's a continuous process
Absolutely. It's about constantly learning and improving.
to make sure the program is equitable and inclusive for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so we've talked about some potential challenges,
Yeah.
but let's end on a positive note.
Okay. I like it.
What are some of the most inspiring success stories you've seen?
Oh, I've seen some amazing things. Companies reducing healthcare costs, boosting employee morale,
Yeah.
and creating this culture of well-being. Amazing.
It's really inspiring.
Do you have a specific story that comes to mind?
Yeah, there's this one manufacturing company.
Yeah.
They were struggling with workplace injuries.
Oh, no.
So they implemented this program focusing on preventative care
Okay.
and early intervention through telemedicine.
So giving employees an easy way to address small issues before they become big problems.
Exactly. And it worked. They saw a significant drop in workplace injuries.
Wow. So they saved money and their employees are safer.
It's a win-win.
I love that. And it's not just physical health either.
Right. I've seen companies use this program to address stress, burnout, financial anxiety, you name it.
Wow. So it's really about taking a holistic approach to employee well-being.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that all these different aspects of our lives are connected.
And when employees feel supported in all these areas,
They're happier, healthier, and more productive.
makes sense.
Okay, so we've talked about the potential benefits and how this whole thing works.
Yeah, and we've touched on some challenges.
Right. But I think it's important to dive a little deeper into those challenges.
Yeah, let's get real.
Yeah.
What are some hurdles companies might face when they're trying to implement this program?
Well, one common challenge is just resistance to change.
Oh, yeah, for sure. People like what they know.
Exactly. They get comfortable. And Any change, especially one that involves their finances and healthcare,
Right.
it can be unsettling.
So how do you overcome that resistance?
Communication is key.
Okay.
You need to be upfront with your employees. Explain the program clearly,
Okay.
address their concerns head on, and really emphasize the potential benefits.
So it's about transparency and building trust.
Exactly. Show them that this program is in their best interest.
Right. And don't just tell them, show them.
Exactly. Share testimonials from employees who've already seen the benefits.
Good idea.
Highlight success stories from other companies.
Right.
Make it real for them.
Okay, so communication is key. What other challenges are there?
Well, data privacy and security is a big one these days.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially with all the sensitive health information involved.
Right. So when you're choosing a provider, you have to make sure they have really robust security measures in place.
So things like APA compliance.
Absolutely. Encryption protocols, the whole 9 yards.
Okay, so don't just assume every provider is up to par.
No, you gotta do your due diligence. Ask the tough question.
Right, and make sure you
Boss.
feel good about their answers.
Exactly. Now let's talk about something a bit more nuanced.
Okay,
There's been a lot of discussion about the potential for bias in algorithms.
yeah, and AI systems.
Right, and how that can impact things like healthcare.
So is there a risk that this program could unintentionally worsen existing health disparities?
It's a valid concern, and honestly, any system that uses data to make decisions
Right.
has the potential for bias, whether it's intentional or not.
So what can we do about that?
It's crucial to work with providers who are aware of these issues and are actively taking steps to mitigate bias in their systems.
Okay, so it's about choosing the right provider, but it's also about more than that, right?
Yeah, you can't just implement the program and forget about it.
Right.
You need ongoing monitoring and evaluation to make sure it's actually equitable for everyone.
And that's where employee feedback comes in.
Absolutely. You need to create those channels for employees to voice concerns, report any issues, and suggest improvements.
So it's a continuous process of improvement.
It is. It has to be if you want to create a truly equitable and inclusive program.
That makes sense.
Huh.
Okay, so we've talked about some of the potential challenges,
Yeah.
but I want to end on a more positive note.
Me too.
What are some of the most inspiring success stories you've seen with this program?
Oh, there are so many. I've seen companies significantly reduce their healthcare costs.
Wow,
I've seen them improve employee morale
that's great.
and create these really amazing cultures of well-being that extend beyond the workplace.
It's incredible to see that kind of impact.
It is. Do you want to hear a specific example?
Yeah, tell me a story.
Okay, so there was this manufacturing company,
Okay.
and they were really struggling with workplace injuries.
That's tough.
Yeah, it was a big problem for them. So they decided to implement this program,
Okay.
and they focused on preventative care and early intervention through telemedicine.
So giving employees easy access to care for those minor issues.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it worked. They saw a major decrease in workplace injuries.
That's amazing. So they save money and their employees are safer.
Exactly. It's a win-win.
And these positive results aren't limited to physical health, right?
Right. I've seen companies use this program to address things like stress burnout and even financial anxiety.
Wow. So it really does take a holistic approach.
It does. It's about recognizing that all these aspects of our lives are interconnected.
And when employees feel supported in all these areas, they're happier, healthier, and more productive.
Exactly. This has been such a great conversation.
I agree. It's been really insightful.
I hope it's encouraged everyone listening to take a closer look at this program.
Me too. It's time to start thinking differently about employee well-being.
It's not just a nice perk anymore.
Right. It's essential.
And this program is a powerful tool to help companies create a better future for themselves and their employees.
Well said. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.